I have old, new Ivan Demidov news. So I think we all know that on Saturday, Elliotte Friedman revealed that Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton will visit Russia in the next few weeks to few months to visit the boy Ivan Demidov. Friedman revealed this on Saturday headlines during Hockey Night in Canada, and the news sent waves throughout the Habs community. Well, we kind of have updates regarding that, and I have a theory about why this news came out. Let's talk about it.
You're going for a leader.
You're going for a leader.
So first of all, I should have said this last video, but thank you so much for checking in on me. A while back, I said that I wasn't feeling well. I missed a couple of days of posting. I posted it again. I still wasn't really feeling well. I'm still not really feeling well, but I'm trying my best to put some content out for you guys. Yeah, I don't know. There was a point where I thought maybe I had pneumonia or something, but I think it's just a bad cold. Starting to feel better now. My fever's decreased. It could be COVID, but at this point, COVID, the flu, cold, like it's all kind of, but again, thank you so much for your concern. I really, really appreciate that. And I've been noticing you've been liking and subscribing my videos. That's great. I also want to see you commenting down in the comment section. We've been having some really good discourse about what has happened recently. Trying to stay positive about the Canadiens. I feel like, this season's just starting, but we're in a little bit of a slump. So it's good to keep those positive vibes going. And I'll try to continue that. And I think the topic at hand is pretty positive. Later on in the video, I'll also talk about a report that TSN put out recently about Montreal potentially exploring the trade market. I'll be honest, I think that it's dubious, but we'll talk about that too. So as I said, Elliotte Friedman announced on Hockey Night in Canada that Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton will be traveling to see Ivan Demidov playing in the KHL.
5 goals, 5 assists, but not getting as much ice time as Canadiens fans maybe would have liked. And you're saying the Canadiens, the management team, planning a trip over there to see one of their top prospects.
Well, this has been a big source of consternation and aggravation among the Canadiens fan base. That the challenge here is you want the best for your player, you want him to develop, but you know that if there's too much public posturing or too much complaining, it can really hurt you. So, Jeff Gorton made a couple comments about it last week, but generally he's been very careful. Kent Hughes has been very careful. Like the one thing when I heard this, and I actually heard this from someone I know overseas, what they said to me was that this has been planned for a long time.
As Friedman says, fans have been very critical about the time on ice that Demidov has been getting, calling into question whether or not the coach understands what he's doing, and creating a bunch of conspiracies, essentially, in the meanwhile, saying that Demidov isn't getting a bunch of time because he won't commit to negotiating a new contract in the KHL. Thoughts about how the KHL doesn't like when their players sign with a North American team, so on and so forth. And I think there might be shades of truth to that, because it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense what the coach in St. Petersburg is doing to Demidov. He'll commonly only play him for one shift and then bench him, getting only about 3 or 4 minutes of ice time each game. But in contrast to that, he's getting a bunch of points and being awarded Player of the Month, Rookie of the Week. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So here's my conspiracy theory. I believe that Jeff Gorton and Kent Hughes fed Elliotte Friedman that bit of news, let that news see some sort of publicity. And what was the reaction back in the KHL? Well, now Ivan Demidov is getting more time on the ice. He's moved up to the third line and has been seeing over 10 minutes of play in the past few games. His stats are actually looking pretty good too. So in 19 games, he's managed 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points. Now keep in mind, a lot of those games were 3 and 4 minute ice time games. So he is really doing a lot with a little. I think somebody on Reddit had recently said he has the highest point per minute average in the KHL. I could be wrong about that. If I'm able to find that article or that post, I'll post it somewhere on the screen. You probably see it right now, or maybe you don't. So I guess that was the updated bit of the news. The waves that the announcement from Friedman has sent, I feel, has caused the coach in St. Petersburg to give Demidov more ice time, so he isn't complaining about the amount of ice time he's getting when Gorton and Hughes go visit. Does that make any sense? Let me know what you think. So my next bit of news that I wanted to go over here, you can't really call it news. TSN, after following my stride with my Cole Caulfield video of whether or not Cole Caulfield will hit 30, 40, 50 goals this year, TSN put out a video that was following a lot of beads that I put out in that video, like suspiciously so. So I'm going to do them one up. They put out a video recently, and I'm going to use it for content, because otherwise it was pretty threadbare. There wasn't too much to this video, so I might be doing them a favor by highlighting this. They talked about trade rumors in Utah and Montreal, and the one bit of news that is interesting about this is Kent Hughes is calling around and seeing where teams are at.
I don't think the slow start is being ignored here. And what I'm being told is that GM Kent Hughes has started to call around, doing his due diligence, because I think the Canadiens would be open to making a move here that would, help sort of, shake up the makeup a bit here and help this team, win some games.
With the potentiality of trades, maybe not right now, but potentially closer to deadlines. I don't even think that this is something that happens rarely. It's probably something that happens kind of often, even at this time of year. A good GM should be calling around to see how other GMs and organizations are feeling. They might float some names. I don't know. The thing is, the video didn't mention any names. I felt like it was kind of just fluff. You mentioned the Montreal Canadiens and trades, and you're going to get people interested. Hopefully you're seeing that reflected in this video here. How many views do I have? Do I have a lot of views yet? But Pierre Lebrun was kind of honest with his words. He said Montreal would never shoot themselves in the foot by trading for someone outside of their timeline or trading someone within their timeline out of the organization potentially. And that's why I think that if Kent Hughes is talking to other organizations about trades, it isn't going to be about somebody who has an active and fitting role on the team. It would be somebody who we have duplicates of. Okay, you want me to mention some names? Well, right now, the entire second line is doing nothing to differentiate themselves from the third and fourth line. We're essentially a team that has one top line and three third lines. I wouldn't even say 3 second lines, maybe not 3 fourth lines. There needs to be someone who identifies themselves, raises their hand, hello, and says, I deserve to be on the second line. I'm really counting on Doc to do that. I feel he's still playing a little bit cautious. Nobody wants to see him hurt again. And I think it's good that he's playing cautious, but there's going to have to be a time where he puts the governor chip away and opens it up full throttle. I hate being critical about this because I love all these guys, but you know just as well as me that they're not firing on us all cylinders recently. I feel Newhook could be playing better. I feel Armia could be playing better. I feel Anderson should really be playing better, but I'll reiterate what I said last video. Jake Evans is trying his butt off out there. If he had 2 other guys that were trying just as hard as he was, I don't know, honestly. Jake Evans, he's only played 1 full season in his entire career. And there was a season that he came damn near close to scoring half a point a game, and he played 72 games that season. If he could instead be a 40-point guy, he definitely has a place on the team. I'm not saying on the second line, maybe the second line right now, but it's just refreshing to see someone trying so hard. Am I going to throw anyone else under the bus? No, I'm supposed to be positive here. I will say there are prospects in the prospects pool that also need to make themselves recognizable and start working within the timeline. I'm talking about Owen Beck, Joshua Roy, Barré Brûlé, among others. If you guys can't crack the team where they're not playing that well, I don't know what to tell you, but it's probably not good things. What else do I want to go? Do I want to elaborate on any of that? What do I want to talk about the future? You know what's going to happen, right? When Raphael Harvey-Pinard, Patrick Laine come back, they're going to have to go through the whole scientific equation again to find out whether or not there's chemistry with certain guys. And we're going to see them trying out all the individuals who they've already tried out on different lines. Does Laine and Newhook have chemistry? Now that Laine's back, is Doc going to start clicking again? Maybe Anderson works on line 2 now? Where does Armia go? I just feel like it's going to be a season of trying different things, seeing what clicks, trial and error. Let me know what you think. Are you excited for Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton to go see Ivan Demidov? Wonder if the social media team will follow them. They've been producing some great stuff. Do you think there's a possibility for trades right now? It's usually a dry part of the season because of the salary cap world, right? I would be very surprised. But like I said, I love hearing from you, even if it's just to say, hi, Whiskey, how's it going? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say. How's your day going? What'd you have to eat today? Was it something good? Is it going to appetize me? I'm looking for meal ideas. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video. It helps me with search results. Subscribe if you're not already a Whiskey feed. And as always, I'll see you down below in the comments.